Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. This is Jacqueline Kinoti, your transformational life coach. So today I'll be talking about signs that you can know that you grow up in a dysfunctional family. So we have been talking about all these dysfunctional families, characteristics of a dysfunctional family. And let's see now, you as an adult, what can make you know that you grew up in a dysfunctional family, or what kind of things that you do that shows that you didn't have that secure attachment with the caregiver or the parent as you have. So one of the things is that you are a people pleaser. A people pleaser is someone that comes that tends to deny their own needs so that they can make other people happy. They are there for each and every one, even though deep inside they feel the pain, they feel the resentment, but they always want to do to make other people happy so that they can belong or so that they can feel validated. Another one is that you feel guilty when you stand up for yourself. When you have grown up in a dysfunctional family, it means that there were no secure attachment to your caregiver, and those kind of experiences that you're exposed to where you are not allowed to express yourself or where your feelings are invalidated. Now, the moment as an adult now, the moment you want to show up for yourself, you start feeling guilt, like you're not supposed to do that, like people are supposed to treat you in the kind of way that they want. Now you start feeling that guilt. So when you're doing that, know that you have to meet those needs that were never met. You have to expose yourself to positive experiences. Another one is difficulties in managing emotions. For example, when a child is growing up, when maybe they are crying, they are being shouted at, they are told to keep quiet, they shouldn't cry, they are told that men are supposed to be very strong. What happens when this child is unable to express the emotion? They turn it inward. That anger, that sadness, they turn it inward. So for example, anything that happens that can trigger that aspect in them that has not been addressed, they just have emotional outbursts, they have anger issues, or maybe they shout, they start throwing things away. The emotional regulation begins in the childhood. How this child was helped to navigate through emotions is very important on how they are able to express or how to manage emotions. Another one is difficulty dating and forming healthy relationship. You understand that the first relationship that a child forms begin in their childhood. How did they relate? How the child related with the caregivers forms the view of the world on how relationship should be. So, for example, if a child had a relationship where they had to do something so that the parent can give them love, that is what goes on even in the adulthood. You see people have pleasing people so that they can able to be loved, or they have to do something so there is conditions that you're supposed to meet them so that you can feel loved, you can feel that validated, and that begins in the relationship that you have with the caregiver. So if you're having relationship with these issues, if you're having difficulties in forming healthy relationship, you need to go back and understand what happened. Perhaps maybe a child was sexually abused, and therefore they are not able to get intimate even in their adulthood because how maybe the kind of touch they are touched maybe reminds them of the pain that they have not resolved. So I should say that the kind of, if what you're going through in adulthood, how is it being is a reflection of the foundation that was trained, or the kind of experiences that you are exposed to, and that's why if everything is not working, you need to revisit how the foundation was laid, because that is how you can able to take care from that. Knowing what happened, you're able to understand and solve the issue. Another one is addictive behaviors. I usually say addiction is a coping mechanism of unresolved pain, unresolved or unprocessed emotion. And so many people, because they are not able to deal with this heavy emotion, this overwhelming emotion, or this pain, so they have to do something that can relieve them or can numb the pain for some time. And that's why maybe people abuse alcohol, they abuse drugs, they get into sexual activities, they get even eating disorders. All these kind of addiction, I usually say that they are coping mechanism. Another one is mental illness and personality disorders. I usually say trauma is the root cause of mental illness and personality disorders. Many people are being diagnosed with this kind of disorders. The symptoms shows that most people deal with the symptoms. They want to suppress the symptoms, but they don't deal with the underlying root causes. Early attachment of a child is very important. Most of behavioral problem, most of this kind of depression, anxiety is as a result of disrupted early attachment that a child get from the caregiver. And so for a child to be emotionally mature, to have a successful handle on them, at the childhood, the caregiver or the parent has to provide secure attachment to the child. Another one is struggles in setting boundaries. A person that has grown up in a family where the boundaries are not respected. Maybe the mother will just enter the daughter's room and start reading their materials, their private journals. So they invent their privacy, and so when they have grown up, they don't know how to set the limit, or sometimes when they set this limit, they feel as if they are selfish because this is the new normal. They are not used to that, and so when you're having those kind of difficulties, then you need to resolve those kind of issues. Another one is low self-esteem. When someone has low self-esteem, a child who has grown up in a dysfunctional family where maybe they are belittled, they are ashamed, they are told they are not beautiful, they are told they are ashamed on how they are dressing, on how they look, on how they are eating, and then this destroys the core experience of the child, and therefore they tend to have this low self-esteem. Another one is having trust issues. A child that has grown up in a dysfunctional family where the parent today is loving, and the other time the parent is abusive, and so they feel that they don't know what to trust because this is the caregiver, the parent who is supposed to offer them a safe environment or supposed to protect them. But the same person that is maybe sexually abusing them, maybe the same person that is rejecting them, maybe the same person that is belittling them, is shaming them. And so trust issues get in because maybe your parent left, maybe abandoned you, maybe rejected you. Now you don't know what to trust, or maybe they are not able to keep their promises. Maybe they say 1, 2, 3, they say they're going to do that and they don't keep that promise, and therefore people tend to have trust issues. Another one is manipulative and controlling behavior. A person who has grown up in a dysfunctional family may be manipulative and so controlling. Especially if as a child, this is the kind of a child who was controlled, who was manipulated. The parent wanted them to do whatever they wanted of them, despite maybe this child being hurt. Or this child, when they are being controlled, it is the way that they have to get their way, or that is how the world is supposed to run. And so they keep on controlling. But I usually say that deep inside a person that is a controlling person is deep insecurity, because they want to protect themselves before they are attacked. And so those are kind of the signs, some of the signs that you can know that you grew up in a dysfunctional family. And as usual, I usually say that no situation that is hopeless, unless you that is watching this video says that my faith is fixed and it cannot be redeemed. But it is very possible to heal. It's very possible to reparent yourself, to reconnect to your inner child. And that's what I do, to coach people to address these unresolved issues so that they can able to reclaim their authentic self, so that they can able to reclaim their personal power back and be that authentic person, or be that true self that they were supposed to be without the familiar or societal programming. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.